everybody. Just gonna do another quick, well, I always say quick. Quit saying quick. Do another video. I promised good, bad, ugly, and indifferent in this process. So I'm actually having a rough day. So I originally thought this was the worst day to make a video. And now I realize it's actually the best day to make a video. I'm doing a lot better now because some medication has kicked in. Some Aleve is working its magic. I'm so happy for that. So what is going on is a topic that I didn't really think to ever talk about because it's natural. It's always happened. So I didn't think about being a rough situation for some people, and then someone on my Facebook sent me a private message about it instead of putting it on my page because they didn't know how I'd feel about it before I started doing the channel. And we talked about it a little bit, and I was like, oh, I didn't even think about that. So I thanked them for the information and realized it's something that, you know, could, should, and needs to be talked about a little bit more. So this one is going to be a little bit TMI, personal information. So if you don't feel you want to know some TMI information about me, if you personally know me, totally understand. Respect that and respect need for privacy. Or if you don't know me and just don't want to know TMI, if you just hear TMI, be like, nope, I'm out, don't want to know what that's about. So it's all biology, it happens, it's no big deal. I am currently on what is technically my menstrual cycle, and a lot of trans men have difficulty with this. And it doesn't really cause me dysphoria. When it comes to the lower region of my body, I do have some issues, and that's more when it comes to sex, and that is more from personal experience than necessarily dysphoria. And that's a whole nother topic that save for another video if we go there. But for me, it's more an emotional issue that I don't realize it's coming. Usually someone else has to tell me. So it's kind of funny to me because, you know, you talk about the man cold and, you know, how men do that. So a menstruating man can be for an awkward emotional roller coaster a lot of times, and this is just a bad week for it to be, but luckily it's happening on my days off. And for me, it's not a really bad situation because it doesn't last for very long. Luckily, it hits me hard the first couple of days, and this time it's hitting a little bit harder because of my other chronic illnesses. So they're all kind of mix together for a bad first couple of days, and then I can handle it pretty good. But I work for Gamp Inc. at Old Navy in town, and my town does what's called a tax-free weekend for back to school. And that is this weekend, and I work straight through the weekend. I told you I have to restrict my hours and everything because of my disability, because of my health and all that, and I'm pretty much maxed out for the weekend. This is my weekend before working all weekend. And actually this weekend is worse for me personally than Black Friday, actually. If you think about it, when it happens, back to school shopping, it's not fun for a lot of parents. No one's buying stuff that they want to. They're spending money they don't want to. You usually have to take your kids because they've grown over the summer, so you got your kids with you. You're buying stuff you don't want to buy. The tax-free weekend is billed to save you money, and in a sense it kind of doesn't, depending on what you're buying and where you're going. So it's a crazy weekend. It's extremely busy. There's a lot of people. I have a low immune system because of my health, and a lot of people save up cash for back to school. So I handle a lot more cash, and which at Christmas gets me sick and gets me sick this weekend usually. So I'm trying to be prepared for that. So all this going on at one time, it's a little daunting. It was really rough going. Everything kicked in overnight, so I didn't sleep very well. I got like a nap here and there, and so waking up today was really, really, really bad for me. Muscle pain all over, and just normal stuff that comes with being on what is a period. And then so when it comes to dealing with it, for me, it's not really that big of an issue. I just handle it because I think because I'm used to pain every day from my health, so I think that's why I just take it as another thing that happens with my body. I was a late bloomer, which is also because of my health. I had an emergency exploratory surgery at 14 and found that my intestine had almost burst, and that led to discovering that I had Crohn's disease, which is an inflammatory bowel disease that affects my digestive system. That's the chronic illness that I keep mentioning, and that's the reason for the other videos about the ostomy bag, which was a later surgery 5 years ago, which I can talk about at another time again. So I was really, really small before that, and I didn't get my cycle till like my senior year. It was like as late as you can get it. And it's never been really bad for me. And like I said, dysphoria from the lower half has never been an issue. But there's a lot of guys where it does really mess with them, and it's something that's not really talked about in the open. And so I wanted to talk about it, make it a topic, bring it up for anybody that wants to comment or talk about it. It happens, and it's starting testosterone can help with that. I'm not really worried about that. The only inconvenience and issue for me is I do wear a packer when I go out, and that's something that's going to come up in the vocab soon. It's a prosthetic that I wear in my pants to make me feel better about myself, and doing that while I am on my cycle, that is awkward and weird for me. That's the only time that it's come up, and I've only been doing the packer for 1 year or 2 years at the most. I really don't think it's 2. I think it's just 1. I think I've only had it for 1. And so that's the only time that I'm just like, that just seems weird. So I couldn't imagine those that have gone further in surgery and stuff like that, if they still had to do all that. I can see why it is a hard topic to talk about. So anyone wondering, for me, not really an issue, but for a lot of people, I get why it is. It's another reminder that you're not who you think you are. You're not who you want to be. And any reminder is hard to deal with. And so anybody that wants to talk about it, email's always listed. I'm here to talk about it. Write a comment here, message me. There are groups that if you just search for FTM on Facebook, you will find closed groups that you can possibly join. And this is a topic that is talked about. And there are people that go through this. I posted a link on my Facebook a couple days ago because it came up. There is a company, I believe it's Pyramid 7. They are currently sold out of all their underwear, but they make masculine fitting underwear for people that still menstruate. So they can wear feminine products that fit if they still wear pads and stuff with the underwear, because that is something that's not very comfortable. You can't do it in boxers if you wear loose boxers, stuff like that. And it's still kind of awkward and weird in boxer briefs when I've had to do it. So I haven't looked further into it. They're currently sold out because there's such a need for it. It's a new company. The only flaw that I have in the design is, for some reason, because they have, like I said, they have a logo that's a diamond, and they put different colored diamonds literally in the crotch of these underwear, and most of them I'm seeing are red. So if you're trying to make someone feel better about this situation, I don't feel like that is a very good design, personally. I'm going to see if I can get a link and put it in the description at some point once I get this uploaded. So you can take a look, and hopefully whenever they come back online and get some more going, You can look into buying that for yourself if you need to. Other than that, I don't really have much more on this topic today. That's just is what it is, and I just kind of deal with it personally, and I'm not faulting anyone that has a problem with it. I get why you have a problem with it. So talk about it if you need to. There's people that will listen. You're not alone ever in any of this. That's why I'm doing this, so you know that there's somebody there that gets it. So once again, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you again real soon. Have a good day.